presentation of Anime Championship Wrestling, a standard of CAW.
I feel the spotlight, I see the rise. They lit a fire just to burn me alive. I feel the judgment, I hear the lies, but I won't go down without a fight. They stab me in the back, but these scars have made me stronger. Always under attack, but I can't be conquered.
Ladies and gentlemen from the Mohegan Sun Arena in Uncasville, Connecticut, welcome to ACW Excel number 103. A jam-packed, sold-out arena here tonight. I am Hakeem Johnson, your ACW commentator as always, and we are on the road to Ground Zero, which is in a mere 2 weeks. As tonight we have a jam-packed lineup for all of you here to witness here at the Mohegan Sun Arena as we take a look at what is scheduled to go down here tonight on ACW Excel number 103. Tonight in our main event, Edward Elric, as he prepares for his match with Gohan at Ground Zero, he will take on the newly crowned television champion, Wave, in our main event here tonight on Excel 103. Speaking of action, also tonight we'll be witnessing the debut of Mob and Ritsu Kageyama as they will be in tag team action against Bon Mito and Genji Amano of the Get Back. There's a little bit of a tryout for Mob and Ritsu here tonight. Also, it'll be our opening contest here tonight. It will be the number 1 contendership on the line. Jerry Sonata will take on Remy. The winner will meet the new Glamorous champion Reiko at Ground Zero in 2 weeks. That will be our opening contest in a few moments. But also tonight, I will be sitting down with Trunk for a split screen interview as we will talk about the certain topics that are surrounding him ever since his return to Excel last week. That shocked a lot of people. We will take a look back at Excel 102. Last episode, as Trunks made it known that he was voted by the board of directors to unanimously get an Excel World title shot against the champion Joe Higashi as he delivered an emphatic statement with that T-driver. Joe Higashi not here tonight as per order by Mr. Smith, given the night off, but Trunks is now the next man in line to become the contender for Joe Higashi's Excel World Championship. It is now official at Ground Zero. Joe Higashi must defend that title against the hero Trunks one-on-one for the Excel World Championship at Ground Zero in a mere 2 weeks. You gotta wonder what the opportunity that Trunks has been given here with this match. Will he be a world champion in ACW once again? Or will Joe Higashi find some way, somehow, to be able to successfully retain the Excel World title? That will be a bar-burner of a match. It is Higashi Trunks at Ground Zero in a mere 2 weeks for the Excel World title. I tell you what a way to kick off Excel 103 as the Glamours take center stage in this very important matchup that we are about to witness. I gotta tell you, it's a weird sense of feeling to see Jerry Sonata walk to the ring with no Glamour Championship around her waist. As Fusion a couple of weeks ago, Reiko through nefarious ways, with a little bit of brass knuckles help, if you will, was able to make history, become a 2-time Glamour X champion at Jerry's expense. Tonight, she is looking to challenge what was wrong against her at that mega event. But as Jerry knows, and as a lot of people know here tonight, she wasn't the only one that was wronged on that night. She fears no man but God, walking through the valleys of death. As Miss Two Hands herself, Revy, is looking to correct a systematic screwing that she suffered at Fusion along with Juri Sanada when Akemi got herself involved and prevented Revy from being a factor in the decision of that Glamour X Championship match. Last episode, General Azet made this match a #1 contenders match. The winner tonight will meet Reiko in 2 weeks for the Glamour X title at Ground Zero. This will be a very interesting and important matchup. 2 different styles, 2 different personalities colliding here tonight, and the bell has rung, and here we go, our opening contest here tonight on Excel 103, Juri versus Revy. Both ladies locking into each other with their eyes. And Juri Sanada will make the first salvo. Irish whips Revy to the ropes, ducks under. Ducks over Revy here. Revy comes back. Kick, no. Revy able to counter and sweeps the leg from behind, and Juri goes down on the mat. Shoulders are down, and Juri kicks out before 1. Both ladies now collar and tie. Revy pushing Juri back to the corner of the ring here. Referee calling for a break. And Revy with a cheap shot run onto Juri. And Juri Sanada not wasting any time, taking advantage of Revy's clumsiness. There's 2! And Revy escapes. And Juri is not here to play. This is a very important matchup for her. But as for Revy too. Juri pushes Revy to the side here. Kick, nope. Revy able to catch it. Spins her around here. Rolls her up. Juri down. Shoulders are down. Referee got to get down there. What does he do with cover 1? And a kick out at 1. May have had a 2 if the referee wasn't so slow to respond. Irish strip by Miss Two Hands. Juri. Nope, counters with a knee right towards the kidney. And Juri's not going to waste time. He's going to take advantage of every body part that she can get her hands on with Revy tonight. And you've got to wonder, there's no surprise that Reiko has to be watching somewhere within this building, this matchup, because it will determine her fate at Ground Zero, whether she will retain or not, between these 2 elite athletes going at it for the contendership. Juri Sanada continues to work on the arm of Revy, stomps that foot right onto the socket. Pinfall attempt by the former champion, 1, 2, and a kick out by Revy. Gotta wonder, Juri will be working on a more mat-based arsenal here tonight. Revy more of the brawler, ground and pound type of specialist that she has been accustomed to here in ACW. Juri gets a big boot there by Revy. Snapmare by Revy sends Juri down, knee. Juri able to move out of the way there. Revy jamming her knee on the mat. Enziguri sends down Revy. And Revy already using the ropes for assistance, but Juri is not going to falter anytime soon. Has it with an inverted position. Oh my goodness! Drops her head onto the back of Juri's knee. The cover by Juri. 1. There's 2. And Revy luckily able to kick out before 3. Reiko, last episode of Excel, officially making herself a part of the Paradigm Foundation as an official sponsor now as well as Glamour X champion as Revy attacks the leg of Juri. And for Reiko, it's all about the money. It's all about the sponsorship deals. It's all about the incentive to win more wealth in her legacy that she has established, not just in ACW, but in her entire CAW career. Some might call that being a sellout, as Revy drives that knee towards the midsection of Juri. Revy attempted a pinfall here. 1, there's 2, and a shoulder up by Juri as Revy gets only a 2 count. Some might call Reiko's actions last episode being a sellout, or maybe it's her preserving their legacy through financial means. Whatever you may decide on that counter, Reiko is here to stay with the Paradigm Foundation as we take a look at the offense of Juri with that knee strike behind the head of Revy. But Revy able to attack Juri's leg, cutting her off at the seams. Back live here tonight on Excel 103, a raunchous crowd here, witnessing 2 elite athletes in the Glamour X division in Revy and Juri. As Juri's getting clobbered here in the corner, Revy staying on Jury, not letting Jury getting any opening or breath whatsoever. That's what you need to do with someone like Jury. Revy now striking Jury with some rights. Kick to the midsection, and another, and how about another? And Jury gonna continue to get more for her trouble. Stomping a mud hole. And Revy still staying on, the former Glamour X champion. Powerbomb, and Jury counters into a roll-up pin. Shoulders are down. Revy's gotta get down there. 1, 2. And Revy escapes before 3, and Revy wise to roll out of the ring to avoid any more offense against her. A good opening contest here. Just tells you the severity of what the Glamour X title means for both of these ladies here tonight. They felt they were wronged at Fusion, and quite frankly, I don't blame them. As Revy from the outside here drops Jury on top of the barricade, face first. I don't blame either woman feeling that way, especially with the way that Reiko was able to regain that title back. And now Revy tossing Jury back in, but Jury goes right back after the arms she was working on. Now has a front face lock here, going right back onto the arm once again. Scoops it behind. Russian leg sweep. Revy's arm scooted right behind her. And now this Jury dragging Revy by the arm. That's very deliberate. And Jury Sonata being the submission, she knows how to pick apart her opponents. Big night here tonight as Wave will go one-on-one against Edward Elric in the main event, as I stated earlier. As per requested by Mr. Smith during the week here. I mean, I can tell you a lot of things about Mr. Smith being involved in that match decision, but Revy now trying to work her way out of here with this key lock, and Jury lets go. But Jury goes right back onto Revy with a nice snap vertical suplex. And Jury, always the wise competitor, dragging Revy away from the ropes to avoid any type of rope break situation. And now Jury gonna go after the arm, but Revy able to sustain it that time. Big right there by Revy. And there's another one, sending Jury back to the ropes here. Irish whip by Revy. Jury comes back. Jury counters once again with a kidney shot with her knee. And this crowd here is fired up. And so is Jury. Oh my God, what a swinging neck breaker. Snapped it to such precision. The cover, shoulder down, and Revy able to escape before 3. Jury not done yet. Overhead neck breaker sends Revy back down to the mat with whiplash. And Jury is in control of this match with Revy. After you take a look at the instant replay of Jury Sonata with this devastating neck breaker, take a look at the way Revy's neck landed on the mat. Bam! And then look at this, going right after the neck once again with a neck breaker over Revy with a lot of whiplash onto the neck. And this match continues as Jury waits for Revy here from the corner. Has the arm, no, that time Revy rolls out of the way, drop to a hold by missed 2 hands. Clotheslines Jury down on the mat. Raising hell, drops the elbow. Revy making a special comeback. Will it be enough? Can it be enough? There's 2 and no. Jury luckily able to get the shoulder up before 3. And a great opening contest here on Excel 103 here tonight in Uncasville, Connecticut, as Revy, boom, headshot, no. Jury moved out the way, saw it coming, snapmare onto Revy. And goes back to the arm, but Revy escapes it with the forearm. Oh, Revy rock bottom, and Jury escapes the Revy rock bottom. Jury's got the arm, crossface, the crossface onto Revy. And now Revy has got to fight out of this submission. Oh, and Jury's got that locked in. Revy has got to find a game plan to escape, or else Jury will be seconds away from becoming the #1 contender to the Glamour X title. Revy crawling to the nearest ropes, but it is a long crawl to those ropes for a break. Ref is in the way a bit there. That might have something to do with it. Jury yanking the neck back, and Revy able to escape somehow, some way. Luckily for her, a big right there. Jury Sonata, Irish whip, comes back. Revy belly to back overhead. And this match is starting to pick up very quickly. That is how intense, that is how important this match is for both ladies here. As Revy nails with a forearm, kick to the midsection, Jury down on both knees. Revy from face lock, snap DDTs, Jury Sonata. Revy with the cover. 1, 2, and Jury escapes before 3. Oh, this contest is picking up here to take a look at Jury escaping the Revy rock bottom attempt. Countered it with a crossface to where Revy was crawling to the nearest ropes. But then Revy would answer back with a snap DDT on a kneeling Jury, driving that face right onto the mat. And this matchup continues as this crowd is on fire here at the Mohegan Sun Arena. As Revy is carrying Jury. What is she planning to do here? Oh, and a backbreaker! And now Revy dragging Jury away from the ropes. Very wise there from Revy. And now Revy going to the middle rope. Will it pay off here as she tracks, talks Jury? Elbow drop, nobody home! Jury playing possum. Big right there by Jury. From behind, has her up, drops her down with a nice sidewalk slam. And now Jury's gonna plot for something here from the top rope. Will it be her turn for this to pay off? From the top, moonsault onto Revy! 1, 2, no! Revy with the shoulder up. Oh man, this match. Let's take a look at this moonsault once again. Great high elevated moonsault by Jury. Let's take a look at another angle here with slow motion effects. Thank you, Jeff. As Jury, nice moonsault to perfection onto Revy, but with the blink of an eye, as her glamorous title aspirations were fading very quickly, Revy escapes before 3. We are back live, and Jury is on top of her game. Now what she got? She got it! Crossface for a second time! No! Revy escapes the crossface again! Boom! Headshot! Boom! Headshot! She got it! She's set up for the Revy rock bottom. Jury's crawling to go away from Revy. Oh, you've got to be kidding. Akemi from the top turnbuckle. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my God, Revy just knocked her lights out with the boom headshot. Good night. Akemi is dead. I deplore you, she's dead. Jury just got up with another crossface. And now Revy's got to fight for her life. Oh, this time this one might be locked in. Where can Revy go? Revy is seconds away from tapping the contendership to Jury tonight. Something has got to give here, ladies and gentlemen. Revy, with every bone possible, is crawling and grabs the ropes for a break. Jury not letting up. She's waiting. She's not going to wait now. Got her up. No. Revy counters. Pushes Jury to the corner. Revy got it hooked up. Revy, rock bottom. Rock bottom. Rock bottom. Out of desperation. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jury got the shoulder up. I thought it was over. And so did Revy. Take a look at this again. Revy escaped with a second crossface. Nailed the boom headshot. Akemi tried to interfere. She got a boom headshot for her troubles. Took her out of the ring. But Jury was back up. Got the third crossface of the night. And Revy was struggling. But Revy, out of desperation, with no other option, nailed the Revy rock bottom. And she was close to ending it right then and there. But it would only garner a 2.9 cover against Jury. What a matchup. God damn, this might have been a main event in its own right here tonight on Excel 103. And what a scene that is if I've ever seen one. And Revy with a Bronco Buster onto Jury from the corner. Jury down on the mat once again, and look at this, Akemi once again trying to get involved here, and Revy yanks Akemi out from the apron. Jury now crawling, using the ropes to assist herself from the corner. It's like Jury is almost losing sight physically and mentally as to her aspirations here tonight. As Jury trying to escape from the top turnbuckle, knocks Revy down. Jury now on the apron to the outside of the ring. Grabs her and Revy guillotines Jury outside, and that will buy her some time. Whose resolve is bigger, folks? Who wants to go to ground zero for a chance to wrestle for the Glamrex title against Reiko? As Revy, like a vulture, is going to look for another Revy rock bottom. Got it, no! No, Jury, yes, does countering. Hits the leg of Revy. Covers her. Has the bridge over on top of Revy. There's two. And she's got it. Jury's got it. Jury has got it over Revy. Jury Sonata outsmarts Revy tonight on Excel 103. What a great matchup between Jury and Revy. As Agami throughout that match tried to interfere, but to no avail. But Jury Sonata was just too smart, was just too witty, was just too experienced compared to Revy, and used a pin attempt over her to get the victory, as the whole mission was for her to win. Point blank period. And now Jury Sonata will have the opportunity to go after Reiko once again and reclaim her Glamrex title that she lost at Fusion one-on-one at ground. Oh, speaking of the devil! Speaking of the devil herself, the Queen Cobra attacks Jury. And now Reiko looking at Revy. Oh wait, Agami from behind! Kurasame! From behind! Jury up to her feet, dazed, and another belt shot by Reiko. They had to know that Reiko wasn't going to allow Jury to take the spotlight for herself. Agami clearly has some personal vendetta with Revy after last episode. But I can guarantee you this, Jury Sonata, come ground zero, will be more than ready.
The Venus is submission.
As you're going to look at the influence tier, her influence Malika.
Every one of her wins in her career have come via submission. Toshimi Minami.
On track crossface there by Toshimi.
Camel clutch, trying to make her humble here.
This is the brilliance of Toshimi Minami.
You cannot allow somebody's in-ring fear get to you.
Look at Toshimi's eyes.
This is an airlock!
Toshimi is making me glad that I am over here and she's out there.
World-class athlete Toshimi Minami is coming to Excel. But for those asking when, well, wait no further, ask no further, as we now have an answer for you. Next week, the Venus of Submission, Toshimi Minami, will make her in-ring debut here on Excel 104 in Bridgeport, Connecticut, next week on Excel. We'll take it to Jessie McKay as she is with a very special someone related to Toshimi. Deanne not phased whatsoever at the impending arrival of Toshimi Minami. And quite frankly, I can't blame her. She's a giant. I mean, she's a big girl. A thick girl at that. Boy. Anyways, Toshimi Minami will be scheduled to be here next week on Excel 104 in her in-ring debut. A lot of people have been waiting for that, and I can't personally wait to see the Venus of submission. And it looks like we're going to be interrupted here by this interesting trio of troublemakers. To your left is Lucas, to your right is Falco Lombardi, and in the very middle is Fox McCloud. Three men that have aligned themselves with one another in an impending Nintendo Civil War that has been brewing for a couple of weeks here on Excel. I'll take you back to Excel 102 last week, where it was Lucas going one-on-one against Roy in singles action, and Fox tried to interfere, but Las Vegas Link stopped Fox from interfering. But he was not able to stop Falco, as Falco would cause Roy to get kicked in his head, and Lucas, with that devastating knee strike, took advantage of Falco's assistance and got the victory over Roy. And it's quite clear that Lucas, Fox, and Falco have some issues, not just with Schultz, Roy, and Las Vegas Link, but with the entire Nintendo brand, as they like to call themselves, an insurgents. They feel that the Nintendo brand has slighted all three of them in very different ways, that they are truly not here for them. Whether you call that truth or bitterness is up to your interpretation. But the fact of the matter is that war has been declared, and now we're going to find out what are their intentions here going forward. As we're about to hear from Fox McCloud on the microphone, this should be good. Oh snap, a six-man warfare match? That is a huge match. Oh, come on. And Fox has laid down the challenge to Link, Shulk, and Roy. A 6-man match of warfare with the Nintendo brand happening next week on Excel 104. The fight is on. And who better to know a 6-man warfare like Las Vegas Link? And that is going to happen next week on Excel 104. That is going to be an explosive matchup. But speaking of explosive matchups, still later on tonight, in our main event, Edward Elric will go one-on-one against television champion Wade in non-title action as Edward Elric prepares for Gohan at Ground Zero. Also later on tonight, I will be sitting down with Trunks for a split-screen interview as we talk about his upcoming title match at Ground Zero, amongst other things that are on his mind. That'll be later on tonight. But coming up next, it is tag team action as the Get Backers Bonmito and Genji Amano take on the debuting Mob and Ritsu Kageyama, having a little trial match here tonight on Excel 103. It's been quite a while since we've seen Genji and Bon on an Excel episode. The Get Backers, one of the more lackadaisical and effective tag teams in our Excel tag team division, and I believe this is their first Excel match of the new season. So they definitely have a lot to prove here tonight, and frankly they have to. Frankly, they have not been on Excel consistently in quite some time. They have not been in title contention as well for the Excel Tag Team titles in quite some time. So this could be the match that could propel them to them becoming a title contender to the current champions, Wave and Lubach. And quite frankly, Wave and Lubach, they right now hold intermediate and television titles respectively. So maybe the tag team titles to them aren't their top priority. This might be a great time for any tag team to go after them for those titles. But that's just my opinion. The Kageyama brothers, to your left, Shigeo, also known as Mob. To your right, his little brother Ritsu. And following right behind them is their good friend and manager, Reagan Arataka. And it was Reagan that was the one to suggest to Mr. Smith to give Mob and Ritsu a chance to become part of the ACW Excel brand. So tonight, quite frankly, it is a tryout match. So we will see how they will fare against a team like the Get Backers. A lot of pressure for these two young men. So here we go. Genji Amano will start for the Get Backers. Ritsu will start for his team. Bell rings, and here we go. Our second matchup of the night here. The Get Backers versus Mob and Ritsu. As Genji wasting no time to get right behind Ritsu. Ritsu, nice snapmare, goes into a chin lock. Genji able to rise back up with a nice key lock. Onto Ritsu, sweeps the leg from behind, sends down Ritsu, and Genji able to win that exchange. And Reagan now looking to see how well his boys do here in ACW. I know a lot of criticism goes for Mr. Smith, and quite frankly, it's justified. But he is giving Mob and Ritsu a chance at opportunities here on Excel. Should he win here? As Genji with a nice clothesline, setting down Ritsu. Genji wasting time. Nope, Ritsu able to Irish triple the counter. Ducks under. Genji comes back here. Leapfrog by Ritsu. And a double foot stomp onto Genji. And Mob and Reagan definitely love that, as Bond getting a little worried for his tag team partner. Now Ritsu here in his first ever ACW matchup, making his Excel in-ring debut as Mob has been tagged in. Double teaming Genji with Ritsu here from behind. German suplex, dropping Genji on his neck. Mob also making his Excel in-ring debut here tonight as Mob goes for the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. However, it isn't Mob's first ever ACW matchup. As everyone knows, during the offseason before this new season of Excel began, Mob was a part of the 2019 Elite Tournament as Mob is kicking the ever-loving crap out of Genji. And now Mob using his foot to face wash Genji from the opposite corner. Bang! And Reagan is loving what he's seeing here, and quite frankly, so is the crowd. As we take a look at the strikes, the kicks of Genji's chest. I mean, how is Genji even breathing here? And then bang! A nice face wash onto the face of Genji, the Lightning Emperor. As we're back live here, Mob going for a cover. Shoulders are down. 1, there's 2, and Genji kicks out before 3. As I was stating earlier, Mob was able to participate. Oh, Genji able to escape that kick attempt there and drops him on his head. And follows it up with a nice elbow drop. As Mob, covered by Genji once again. 1, and a kick out at 1 by Mob as I'm trying to get out here, but this match is getting too fast-paced and intense already. But nonetheless, Mob competed in the Elite Tournament during the offseason before Excel came back in the Cruiserweight Clash before it was defeated in the quarterfinals against Kazuki Muto. But Mob showed a lot of promise, a lot of talent, and so Reagan apparently saw that, and now he is teaming up with his little brother Ritsu to form this tag team, taking on the Get Backers. Back to this matchup, however, Bond now being tagged in for Genji. As this crowd here has a little bit of a mixed opinion with Bond, as Bond nails a nice, perfect stop suplex. Cover by Bond. 1, 2, and a kick out by Shigeo. Nice drop kick by Bond sends Shigeo right back down on the mat. Two teams that have a lot of purpose and a lot of different goals as to what they want to do. As Bond hits that back suplex and nips up there. A little bit of show-offiness here by Bond. And yes, show-offiness is a word. Don't judge me, judgers. As Bond now taking advantage of Mob. Knife edge chop, and another one. Up Mob with a kidney shot with his right. Mob Irish with Bond to the opposite side of the ropes here, and back body toss sends Bond to the ground here. Kick right towards that back. And now Mob dragging Bond by the arm here. Drops the knee onto the back once again. And Mob and Ritsu have clearly been showing a lot of incentive here with the team like the Get Backers. But Bon able to send Mob right back down to the mat with a forearm cover. There's 1, 2 by Bon, and no! A bit too close to a 3 count there. Bon and Genji, they want to get back to Excel tag team contention. Mob and Richard, they just want to be able to have a job here in Excel. So whose resolve is bigger? Whose mission statement is of importance here as Genji is tagged back with that rocket own shot. But Ritsu able to be there for a breakup before Genji can get a count. Good back and forth action between two impressive teams here. I'm impressed with the fact that I think in terms of psychology, Ritsu might be the better of the two. But in terms of pure skill, Mob might have Ritsu beat, but not by much. But it doesn't matter to Genji, they just want to win. Kick there by Genji, nobody home. Mob rolls up, Genji's shoulders are down. 1, 2, and a kick out. And now Genji back to his feet, rushes Mob, and oh my God! What a knee strike! Genji ran right into that. Bam! Another knee strike! Holy crap! Where does Mob get this from? Now I wonder, as he set up for the one, oh my God! He was gonna nail that 100% kick that he killed with a lot of people in the Elite Tournament, but Genji able to prevent it from happening. Whew, that was a close one for Genji, I'll tell you that. The back live here, oh wait a minute, oh my God! A tag team dream catcher by Bon and Genji. Their tag team finisher, and Ritsu breaks it up at 1. Genji now going after Ritsu, and drops him with a back suplex. And Genji also down as well. That might not be good, but we take a look at this again. Genji and Bon usually hit this on their own, but they had a tag team assisted dream catcher wiping Mob out. Back live and Bon just picks up Genji. Nothing ever changes. And Reagan's getting a little bit worried and concerned. And Mob now uses the ropes to get back to his feet here, as now Bon misses the kick there. Mob to his feet here. Clotheslines, Bon down. Another clothesline. Goes for another clothesline. No, missed it. Bon with a clothesline of his own. Oh, this match is cooking. It just tells you the depth of the Excel Tag Team Division, whether Night Raid are champions or not. Tag by Bon to Genji. We're going to get it again here. Rocket long shot. And now Mob crawling to Ritsu, but Genji right between them to stop that from happening. Oh, collar and tie blocked. Bam! Oh my God! Oh my God! What a 100% kick! Mob collapsed, tagged in Ritsu for the hot tag, and here we go! Kidney shot, kick to the kidney, to the back, and Ritsu is cooking. Irish Rim onto Genji, back body toss, and Ritsu is on fire. Up kick missed. Genji back to his feet. No, Ritsu kick to the back of Genji's leg. Clobbers from behind. Snapmare onto Genji. Kick to the back. Oh man, this is getting intense. And now Ritsu dragging Genji away from the ropes here. And another kick, making Genji work his way back to his base. Kick to the midsection. Another kick to the leg. Kick to the midsection. A kick and spree. And Ritsu kicking. Blocked it. Knee strike onto Genji. Another kick to the head. Tags in Mob. Ritsu from face lock. Mob is single in the end. A bloody Mob. Kick to the head. Oh my God. Brain buster. Covered by Mob. Bon in the ring. 1, 2. And Mob and Ritsu have run away with a victory. Holy crap. What a tag match. And Reagan damn sure is proud of what he just saw. Take a look at this again, and listen to the echo of the kick. Falls over the brain buster, dropping Genji on his head. And you could have counted to 1,000. Genji was done for. I think Mob and Ritsu damn well deserve a spot here on Excel. They are an impressive unit. And quite frankly, if I'm any tag team that includes Night Raid, I'm very concerned what this team can do with a couple more matches under their belts. But once again, congratulations go to the Kageyama brothers.
all have moments. Moments where we surpass our own expectations. Sometimes these moments are small, and sometimes they're larger than life. Because there's something great in all of us. Something that connects us, that inspires us. It's why when we fall, we get up again. It's why we give back, and we don't give up. It's what makes all of us, in our own way, heroes. For the hero in all of us.
Joe Higashi able to withstand 3 men to retain the Excel World title. It seems like Joe Higashi and Mr. Smith have been overruled by the board of directors. Trunks will get his Excel World title shot at Ground Zero. Gohan versus Elric, MVP versus Icon. Who truly is the best in the world? Welcome back to Excel 103. We will get to the main event of Elric and Wave in just a moment, but we are going to run down what to expect coming up in a mere 2 weeks at our exclusive branded event for Excel Ground Zero. But we want to send special thanks to Mice and Men. The official theme song for Ground Zero is If We Were Ghost, which is available now on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, and other digital retailers. The big matchup that's going to go down here at Ground Zero between 2 of the biggest in the industry today. The Icon Gohan takes on the MVP, Edward Elric. MVP versus Icon. Last week, Edward Elric made the challenge and Gohan accepted it. Will Edward Elric undeniably prove that he is the true best in the world? Or will Gohan continue to look to build in his kingdom that he wants to abandon last season and become the absolute best in the world at Ground Zero? Also tonight, it was made official during the first match of Excel 103. Reiko, the Queen Cobra, will defend her Glamour X Championship against the submission of former Glamour X champion Yuri Sanada. A rivalry that defined a division will look to be another match onto their belt. Will Reiko find some way, nefarious or otherwise, to retain that title? Or will Yuri Sanada regain that title back and become herself a 2-time Glamour X champion? And then it will be for the Excel World Championship, as Joe Higashi will defend the Excel World title against a returning Trunks, as Trunks was voted unanimously by the board of directors to be getting this Excel title shot against Joe Higashi, in which Mr. Smith was essentially overruled. Question is, who the hell is the overseer and who called Trunks to give him that sort of news? Regardless, Trunks will be going to Ground Zero to challenge Higashi for the Excel World Championship. That is what is in store so far for Ground Zero. Do not miss it. It is happening live at the Xfinity Center at College Park, Maryland. Coming up here this June. Card and scheduling is subject to change. And that is going to be another big Ground Zero and a bunch of Ground Zeros that we have had in the history of ACW. Well, speaking of the Excel World Championship, I am being joined right now by the challenger of said match coming up at Ground Zero. He is the hero, Trunks. And Trunks, I would like to thank you for taking time to do this split screen interview with me here. You are obviously going to be the challenger against Joe Higashi at Ground Zero for the Excel World title, and I'll ask about that in a moment, but I do want to ask first and more importantly, how are you feeling? Well, you definitely have the energy of somebody that wants to become world champion in ACW once again. But I do want to ask you about your Excel World title match at Ground Zero in a mere 2 weeks. You will be taking on Joe Higashi, and obviously Mr. Smith is backing Joe Higashi, obviously. How prepared are you to deal with this type of match? Well, I definitely think a lot of people would agree with you on that regard. And my last question of this interview, maybe this is rather pointless to ask you, but do you know who actually called you for this opportunity? And maybe also, do you have any insight of who this overseer could possibly be? Tread lightly, says Trunks. Trunks, thank you for this interview and good luck in 2 weeks at Ground Zero. But let's run down next week on Excel 104. It's going to be another big night. As we take a look at it, Toshimi Minami will be making her in-ring debut on Excel 104 in singles competition. What can we expect from the Venus of Submission? Also, this just announced as well, we will have our first ever Intermediate Championship title defense as Lubbock, since winning it from Ichi Kurosaki in the tournament finals, will take on Saiji Shigimoto, who was a semifinalist of that tournament. That will take place next week. And then obviously made official as well, it is a 6-man tag team warfare as Link, Schultz, and Roy will take on Fox, Falco, and Lucas in this impending Nintendo War. All that happening on Excel 104 next week. But it's now time for our main event of the evening as Edward Elric prepares for going at Ground Zero in this matchup against new television champion, the Big Dog, Wave. Mood has definitely changed. I mean, did you expect anything different when that static hit? Wade making his way down the ring through the crowd here as a very interesting interview with Trunks did before this matchup. Joe Higashi once again is not here tonight after what happened to him last episode, getting the T-driver from Trunks. Mr. Smith gave him the night off, but I'm sure he'll be here at Excel 104 next week. The Wave, the Big Dog, making his way to the ring as the newly crowned television champion while also still being one half of the Excel Tag Team Champions. Night Raid have been a dominant force since their existence here in ACW. And you're looking at someone that many people regard as the future of this league. And honestly, you may not like him and who he associates with, but Wave is such an impressive figure. He's such an impressive talent. He defeated Sagat by himself at Fusion to win that television title. Unfortunately, Sagat was suspended unjustly by Mr. Smith. elevation fit for an MVP here in Uncasville, Connecticut at the Mohegan Sun Arena. The Full Metal Alchemist will have a lot on his plate in 2 weeks. Tonight he has to get through Wave, and that is a test within itself. But then afterwards, he will have to go to Ground Zero in College Park, Maryland at the Xfinity Center and take on one of the greatest of all time in ACW, the franchise, the king, the icon, a former Impulse champion, Gohan. A Gohan that made his return to ACW at Fusion a couple of weeks ago. And quite frankly, my opinion of Gohan hasn't really changed despite him returning and the elevation he has had with the crowd since. Speaking of the crowd, the MVP chants ringing all across the building. That is power. That is true power to the people. And here we go, our main event here tonight on Excel 103. As Wave, wait a minute, Elric going right after Wave. And I guess we're not going to waste any time. Wave going up against Elric one-on-one. Spinning wheel kick by the MVP. Cover quickly. One. And only gets a one. And a kick to the back by Wave. Not a happy camper there. And Edward Elric, I would not be surprised if Edward Elric sees Wave as an equal standing of Gohan, which would be quite the compliment to Wave, quite frankly. As Wave, oh, look at this Irish trip, Elric to the corner. Oh, tackles him down. Wave back up, pushes Elric to the middle of the ring here. Oh, Elric with an uppercut, blocks Wave, rolls him up, pins him to the shoulders. 1, 2, and a kick out. Edward Elric, Irish whip, nope, Wave able to counter that once again. Box the cover, or close on, excuse me. Elric with a big right, another right. Big knife edge chop, sends Wave against the ropes here. Sends him down to the mat. Stomps that foot right towards the blackened heart of Wave. Wave, a former Japanese Navy SEALs member, knows what it takes to be tough through any circumstances whatsoever. But Edward Elric has gone through so much adversity. He has gone through so much pain and suffering, physically and mentally. There are people in this company that do not want Edward Elric to be at the top of this brand. He made that quite clear last season and continuing on this season. As Mr. Smith made this matchup days ago as the main event of Excel 103, and with Mr. Smith as it comes to Edward Elric, who knows as Wave. Oh my God, what a sit-out chokeslam powerbomb. And that was quite a mouthful to say. And a big uppercut by Wave. Kick to the midsection. And Wave, oh, what a right. And just like that, the big dog has taken advantage of the Full Metal Alchemist. Irish whip by Wave. Drops him down with a power slam of epic proportions. That is a big boy, man. I tell you what. Let's take a look once again. Look at this. A set-out choke slam bomb, or choke bomb, if you will. Drills him with a hard right, closed fist, and then with a high elevated power slam, drilling Edward to the mat. We're back live here, and Edward Elric back to his feet, but not for long, apparently, with that arm wringer clothesline. And this is why Wave is a double champion in his own right. Covered by Wave. There's 2. And a shoulder up, but barely at that before 3. Edward Elric, in his mind, cannot afford to lose here tonight, or else he would take some, oh my lord, he would take some much needed lack of momentum to that match at Ground Zero. As Gohan will be competing in his first singles in-ring competition since returning from suspension last season at Ground Zero. As Wave now from the ropes here. Big boots! Oh, there's a snake in his boot, all right. I wiped the flood of Elric there, taking some time to recuperate, but Wave not allowing that to occur. Oh my God, look at this. Pump handle drop. Just drops Elric on his back. Wave just throwing Elric around like a sack of potatoes. From Idaho. And look at this, Gohan watching backstage this matchup here. I'm sure that he is studying Elric very closely. You have to understand, for a lot of fans that are new to ACW, as I'm sure a lot of old school fans know, Elric and Gohan have not met one-on-one since 2008 at Anime Revolution, where Edward Elric defeated Gohan. It was a winner-takes-all match for the Television and Road to Destiny Championship at the time. Back when the Road to Destiny briefcase was a title. That's how far back these two go. As Elric trying to drive a knee to the back of Wave, but nobody home. Oh, caught the leg there. Spins Wave around, kick to the midsection. Front face off by Elric. Jumps up to drop him down for a DDT. Elric now looking to be back in control of this match. You have to do that with someone like Wave. Big right there onto Wave. And there's a big one at that. It's funny to see how Edward Elric and Gohan's career paths took place after that match in 2008 at Anime Revolution. You gotta wonder, and you have to understand, Gohan was still a part of D-Generation X and Naruto, and Edward Elric was such a cocky showman at the time. Covered by Elric 2 and a kick out. And Elric looking for the pin, but nobody there to give him that 3 count. Let's take a look at this instant replay of this jumping DDT spiking Wave on his head, and then falls up with a nice alley-oop bomb from the corner up. Hell, I'll even go one step further for a lot of you, and I know a lot of new fans don't know this, but the very first episode of Impulse, back all the way in 2006, the very first match was Edward Elric versus Gohan. And Gohan is, oh my God, Wave with that overhead belly, almost dropping Elric on his neck. The cover by Wave, shoulder down. Will this be it? And Elric barely getting the shoulder up at 3. That is not good. As I was trying to complete a thought there, but yeah, Gohan and Elric, they met at the very first episode of Impulse in 2006. And Gohan completely obliterated and squashed him. Now, granted, that footage no longer exists here in ACW, unfortunately, but that is what occurred, and I believe Edward Elric has never forgotten that. As now away from the corner here, knee, no! Elric able to be wise enough to counter into a drop toe hold, and now Elric with a chin lock is going to keep Wave grounded. As Gohan continues to watch the smash. Wait a minute. Mr. Smith just showed up here near Gohan, and it looks like they're talking. I can't even hear what they're saying. What? Mr. Smith just left, and Gohan's going with him. What is that all about? Don't like the sound of that. I gotta tell you that right now. Gohan's history gives me enough worry that that cannot be good. Same Gohan that tried to kill this league. And I will never forgive him for that. I mean, we're enjoying the return of Gohan right now. We're enjoying the honeymoon period right now. Let's be quite honest as to who Gohan truly is. He's a selfish piece of crap, and I will not falter on that. You might disagree. I don't give a damn. If it was your league, you would agree with me. Another sway from the corner, looking for another knee strike. That time he got it! And he just took out Elric's chin with that knee. And that is all. There's 2. Oh man, Elric with the shoulder up. But that was close. That was a bit too close. And now Elric wise to roll out of the ring. Very smart in-ring presence. Wait a minute. Oh, come on, big man. No, oh my God! Are you serious? Did that big dog just fly over the top rope? What a physical freak this dude is. That is scary. you imagine if Wave one day becomes world champion? What kind of scenario we're looking at there? I don't know. Well, the man is impressive in terms of athleticism, I'll tell you that. And now Wave has Elric on the corner. This may not be good. Oh, no, Elric kicks Wave back, able to escape off the top of the corner. Elric now striking Wave with some rights from the middle. Crossbody has Wave down, pinned onto the mat. There's one, there's two, and Wave escapes before three. Elric scouting Wave. Wave slow to his feet. Elric runs up here and no, Wave counters with an arm drag. Wave Irishes up to the corner. Nobody home. Elric moves out the way there. Big boot, nobody home. Wave clotheslines Elric's head off from behind. And now look at this. We might be seeing a Grand Chariot in Elric's future. Has him up on the shoulder and drops him with another Samoan drop. And the man isn't even Samoan. How can you do that if you're not Samoan? But as we take a look at Wave's offense, it's been quite the scary scenario for Edward Elric. And then look at this leap over the top rope. I crap you not. Look at this. What hang time. And I agree with the crowd. That was quite awesome. Back live and Elric rolls out of the ring. Referee checking on Elric on the outside. And now Wave has rolled outside here as well. Wait a minute. What the hell is he looking for here? Oh, come on. No, 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 no. Someone stop him because he'll use it. Wait a minute. The Avatar. The Avatar has arrived. Has taken the bat away from Wave and has run away with it. A little revenge from last week. Wait, Elric. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Onto an unsuspected Wave. What a crossbody. Holy crap. Elric should be thinking and right at this moment because Wave was going to wail with that bat on him. I guarantee you he would have done that. He did it to Sagat and got him out of ACW unjustly. He would have done it to Elric here as well. And I'm sure Mr. Smith would have loved every second of it. Oh, that was a scary sight. As we're back live to this matchup here. Elric going to the top turnbuckle. Wave in a seated position. Elric with a moonsault as Wave still seated on the mat. What a maneuver. As one senile owner would say. Oh, spear! 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 That's not the same visceral as gore, but it'll have to do. But it did take out Wave. And now, can he lock in for what he's going to go for? Will it be time for the Alchemy? That's what he's going to go for. He's got it locked in. Alchemy. No, Wave countered it into an arm drag. What an impressive athletic counter by the big dog. Quite frankly, what a main event we're witnessing here. Hard Irish strip there by Wave. Has him up. Elric from behind, able to escape. Cleverson from behind. Has him up. Going, oh, Wave of Destiny, no. Wave counters it. He's got the Grand Chariot. He's got it. No! Elric rolled out of it. Elric countered the Grand Chariot. I've never seen that before. He got the cover. He got the cover over Wave. I have never seen that counter to the Chariot in my life. Edward Elric. Take a look at this sequence again. Wave had it set up for the Grand Chariot, but then Elric rolled forward into a counter and trapped Wave's arm, and Wave had nowhere to go. Elric has escaped with a win, and that, my friends, is why he is the best in the world. I have never seen nothing like that in my life, but Edward Elric proving that he still has enough on the tank in his mind, and Wave, the television champion, is pissed. If I'm gone, I better be aware that Elric will pull out the stops in that matchup at Ground Zero. But what momentum Elric carries in 2 weeks. And now Wave, look at him arguing with the referee here. It was a 3, buddy. Oh, come on! You've got to be joking me! A double axe by Wave, taking out the referee. Wait a minute, he's getting to the Japanese announce table. And Wave, he has snapped. He is destroying whatever furniture is near him. He is snapped. I have never seen Wave like this, quite frankly. I have never seen Wave lose his mind after a match, especially one that he lost. That was pretty new to me. The television champion loses tonight to Edward Elric. But folks, we'll see you at Excel 104 next week. Until then, stay cool. Maybe someone should tell Wave to stay cool, quite frankly. Sheesh.